Forgive me if this review is long, but it was a catharsis process for me, so bear with me. So finally, I can say with a sigh of relief that Bollywood, aka the Hindi film industry, is back with Aditya Dhar's Dhurandhar. The film had its own problem, having to deal with the Kantara controversy or the crew falling ill during the last schedule of the filming. This film has emerged like a phoenix because, in spite of 3 hours 34 minutes runtime, this political slash espionage drama will completely hook you in. Special shout out to Ojas Gautam, who edited and cut a banging teaser with Hanuman Kind's music and a 4-minute long trailer where not much was revealed. So, special kudos to him for spiking our interest even before the release. Dhurandhar is not your typical spy film where action set pieces drive the narrative, whereas it is completely the opposite, just like it should be, where the story and situation drive the movie forward. Also, it is not an out and out action film. It has action, but drama and the politics of the film will pique your interest more. The film is divided into chapters, and each chapter has its own purpose in moving the story forward. Slight warning for faint hearted people, this one has strong language and strong gore. For a Bollywood commercial movie, it is too much and even starts from the scene 1. So, let's quickly get into my general opinion about the film. The acting performance. Akshaye Khanna. Let me just say, Akha Bollywood ek taraf और Akshay Khanna ek taraf. My man was aura farming to the next level. I mean, he does one role every 1 or 2 years and shakes up the entire film industry with his performance and goes back to Alibag to chill.
Monday to Friday he's in Bombay, then he goes to Alibag. Nothing. If he's winning an Academy Award on Saturday, he will not come back.
Makes no fuss about it at all. I mean, in this world full of insecurities and validation, here is a man who is so secure about his craft. I feel he's not celebrated enough. Because come on, he can do justice to an Atish Kapoor in Tees Marka, to Aurangzeb in Chhawa, and makes it effortless. I mean, who does that? Care. Coming to this film, he portrays Rehman Dakait, who is ruthless and the king of Larry Town. But credit to him, instead of being an one-tone villain, he gave his character layers throughout the film to uncover. Also, he possesses such a swag and a walk just like his father, which can't be taught anywhere, which is unique and magical. Although his arc is brutal and hyped up, but falls a bit short in showing that in the screen. But he compensated that with his presence and acting. One scene of the film still stuck with me where Akshay dances a bit and smiles wholeheartedly in an Arabic song. Just notice him. He will steal the show. I don't think what is it with the 90s actor performing in a foreign song, but it is so heartening to see that. Ranveer Singh. Sometimes I feel, due to his eccentric and over the top nature in awards and interviews, his acting chops is often sidelined and does not take the center stage as it should be, because he's definitely one of the top tier actors of the country along with Ranveer. Here in Dhurandhar, the complete opposite to his nature, he is a stoic agent from India who infiltrates Pakistani mafia. His role as a spy is not related to Major Mohit Sharma as anticipated, as it is cleared out only in the last half of the movie. He is completely different as hinted in the end of the movie, and a part 2 will explore a lot more into his character that looks super impressive in the end credits. Because this film kind of gave justice to all the characters in the screen time they got. Ranveer was beefed up and looked amazing in the stoic demeanor, as he is a man of few words and lets his action do the talking. Although stoic in most part, there was one scene where he shined as he was unable to accept and was frustrated what has happened. He truly lets out his emotions and say the iconic dialogue from the teaser, which was completely an Sunny Deol. R. Madhavan. We all know who he portrays, and the similarities is uncanny. Kudos to the makeup team. Madhavan also leaves no stone unturned as he channelizes his inner turmoil through his eyes so beautifully. And sometimes when he looks into the camera, we all know he is being the fourth wall and talking to us, and even warning enemies too. He plays the role of an intelligence officer so well that his pragmatic thinking and demeanor all are visible to the audiences. Side note, I'm also so happy for Gaurav Gera as he finally gets a serious role and is not cross-dressing, because it hits different when a comic actor performs serious roles. Also, shout out to Rakesh Bedi for a wild card of a performance he had, and his comic timing in serious situations was hilarious. I also love his chemistry with Sanjay Dutt. Their banter was something to look out for. DOP. I just love the camera work in the action sequences, especially the chase sequences of the film. One in the city and another the bike chase with Ranveer and Sara. The camera movement and the close-up drone shots was so riveting that we felt the adrenaline rush of the chase sequences. The production design. What if I told you the town of Lehri that was shown was actually created in Thailand? It feels so authentic at first. I thought it was one of the cities in India, but no. The director and the team went all out and it paid off. Music. Shaswat Sachdev has cooked with this album as it is so good and refreshing. Not only did he created a new album but also recreated retro songs and integrated them so well in the narrative. But I had one complaint. The best song of the album, the title track with Hanuman Kind, was adjusted in a particular scene because it seemed that it was a last moment decision as the film was divided into two parts. But nonetheless, the music albums rock. Direction and story. The man of the hour, Aditya Dhar, delivered big time. After the production houses doubted him for Ashwathama, he came back stronger with Dhurandhar. First, he casted actors who looked so real to the actual people they were inspired from. Then, he delivered us an proper espionage slash political drama with nuanced storytelling and proper attention to details, like Ranveer's hand shaking after a gruesome fight and him struggling to utter even a single word due to the fatigue of the fight. The director also highlights how our intelligence officers are competent enough to detect all the systematic failures in administration but cannot do anything due to the political backing they have. He also gave us a unique style of a film as he didn't rely on mass tropes of action. He gave it a realistic lens and very calculative and no hyper melodramatic moments, no action after action. It only happens when the story demands. Also, kudos for making 3 hours and 34 minutes runtime pass like a breeze. Now let's talk about the things that didn't work for me. Indulgence for second part. Afterthought of second part is clearly visible as many of the scenes from the trailer and teaser will appear in the second part as hinted in the end. Doing that led to the second half of the film slightly slow as only expositions were revealed and you can feel maybe there was little to no action involved. CGI and VFX. They're not bad as it is manageable, but as the shooting got over close to the release date, the team would not have got that much time. So it kind of looked odd at times if you look closely, which is not expected for a film of this stature. The romance angle. The much anticipated topic, the blaring age gap of the leads. Although it is understandable that he is a spy who is only trying to woo her for gaining access for power, and even the age gap is mentioned in the film, but I felt the extension of the romantic angle and the screen time they got felt odd. Addition to the baby face of Sara Arjun, who doesn't look 19, even though she is, plus the height difference is awkward. I feel if they handle it better, like a bargain to get access to power angle more than the romantic angle, maybe it would have been okay, as I could not fault the acting of Sara and Ranveer as they gave it their all for the chemistry, but still I felt it was odd of a pairing.